Hey guys, Tactical Banana here. Welcome to some more Hell Let Loose content. Uh, so since I didn't upload a video yesterday, I kind of took a break. I'm doing two tonight. Banner Souls Discord link will also be in the description. And for this one, it's going to kind of be different. No gameplay in this one, just some tips and tricks and some settings that I use. So, to start out with, we're gonna go into our good old options here. And don't forget to like and subscribe as well as we start on this wonderful adventure. Now, as you can see, clan tag for us, it's the BSO for Banner Souls. Field of view, you want this all the way up to the max, alright? Guys, the more you can see, the better off you are. That's just the bottom line. I mean, this game relies on visuals, and this is the best way to get those visuals, is to have your FOV all the way up so you're able to see as far as the eye can see. Manual bolt cycling, I have that off. Otherwise, stuff like your Kar 98s and whatever this Soviet rifle is, you'll have to manually hit a button to cycle that bolt. Always have this off, unless if you want more immersion. If you want the immersion, go for it. Otherwise, I found it too annoying to play with. Door disabled? No, because this is Hell Let Loose. Everything is supposed to be hell. But if it distracts you too much, definitely turn it off. For me personally, I have the door enabled because why not? HUD, I have always on. Now, it's 50-50 with this. You can turn it off for more immersion and a clearer field of view. But I leave it on just because it tells me how many clips I have left, how many people are in squad, and where exactly to order squad. I know in my new video that I just uploaded tonight, you can hear me calling out specific roles within the squad and asking them to do stuff. That's why I keep it on, but otherwise you don't really need it on. Let's see, show hints. I'm actually going to turn this off, but you can have the show hints on if you're new. If not, turn it off. I just keep forgetting to get in here and turn it off. Reset hints doesn't really apply to us right now. Show command messages. Yes, you do want the command messages on, but no, you do not want the chat. The chat messages, I get so confused by these all the time. When people get kicked, when people get what, I forget what the other stuff is. There's other stuff that comes into the normal chat that distracts you. It's in the top left of the screen. It's kind of out of the way, but I'm turning that off just because I don't need to see that. I do need to see what command is saying, though, so I will leave the command messages on. Map icon scale. That's just the icons on map, like the pings, the points that your squad leads put down, and the circles, the capture points. That's the size they are on the map. I keep that up at 100 just because I can't see very well. Apparently I'm blind as a bat. Hide markers with HUD. You can turn this off or on. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. Personally, I have it off for more immersion. It just keeps it from being all essentially clogging up my screen. Marker display duration. I always have this up to the max for important markers that your squad leads put down. key positions or places where they want you to move or watch out for. Pings, have it set up to the max. You want to see how far you can. You want to keep those pings on so you have time to rotate over toward that direction and engage the enemy or whatever target there is in that direction. Nameplate distance. Now, I've been considering turning this down to 250 meters because 500 is a little bit excessive, in my opinion, as you can probably tell from my recent gameplay footage. Like, I don't need to be able to see friendlies 500 meters away. That's ridiculous, and I've saved it until now to turn it down, so that a way I can put up this tips and tricks video. Nameplate use icons only. Now this one is personally up to you. I'm keeping mine at 15%. I don't need to see what everybody around is. I'm just leaving this at the default. Nameplate opacity, same deal, but you can keep it at 100. But in my opinion, it just clogs up your screen a little bit more. So we're gonna turn this down to about 40. Just so that way we can see through that nameplate if there is an enemy past them, right? That's what we need to see. Moving on to controls, lean toggle. This is personal preference. I keep mine off because I find it easier to hold my left stick or right stick. I'm playing on PS5. If I have to toggle, it's not an instant reaction, as opposed to me just lifting my finger off the button, right, or off the stick. If I gotta toggle it, I gotta press it and press it again, and it just gets all weird. Personally, I leave it off, but it's up to you. Aim down sights toggle. I have it set to hold. Once again, same thing as before. It's easier for me to just lift my finger off the trigger, or LT. Hold on, that's Xbox terminology. It's L2. Sorry. It's easier to me just to let off my finger off L2 than it is to toggle it back and forth. Sprint toggle, I have it on, so when I'm sprinting, you know, I don't have to continuously hold down the button. It saves me on those running simulator moments, and believe me, there are a lot of those in this game. No matter what any other YouTuber or content creator tells you, this is a running simulator. You're running from spawn at least 500 meters, give or take, or at most like a kilometer. You're running, like, that's all there is. If you miss that transport truck at the beginning, you're hoofing it all the way to point. Steady aim toggle. This I have on. It's when you hit R1 and it steadies your rifle so you can do the take your shot on the enemies. I have this on toggle. It helps me out so much. It keeps me from having to claw or use the claw hold on my controller, you know. Vibration, I have it set to high. This just tells me when there's an enemy vehicle around and it's moving, like trucks and the little Jeep-like cars and tanks, scout vehicles, stuff of that nature, because your controller will vibrate on whichever side it is of you, or like if it's behind you, only like the bottom half of your controller will vibrate, telling you where it is. It's super nice. Something that I have noticed. It's a nice thing to have, but you can turn this off because it does screw up your shots. Adaptive triggers, I have it on high for the sensitivity of the triggers. Aim assist, I have it set to medium. Personally, I don't see a difference with this. So you can have it on or off, up to you. A lot of this is personal preference. I'm thinking about turning it off myself, just so that way I have full control over my aim and it doesn't try to auto-aim my weapon. Sensitivities, I am leaving at default, just because I'm not wanting to screw this up. I love how it has the default set out, so I'm going to keep all this the same. And same with all this. Everything else is pretty much the same here. Video, I have my brightness set to 120. Helps me out in the darker maps or darker weathers, especially through the fog, if I can speak correctly. Controller, here's my controller scheme. I am not going to change anything out of this. Layout A works the best for me. It is personally up to you, but I just feel like layout A has the best overall layout out of the rest of them. And then audio, I have my master volume set up to 100, music volume 60, sound effects volume 100. This is actually important. This is where you can hear the shots coming from at you. Even when you're being suppressed, if you had this set up to 100, you can tell the direction that the shots are coming from, which is amazing. I love this. I play with a headset on. You kind of have to because you need the mic for this game. Please do not play this game without a mic. You need a mic. Communication is key, which is what my squad lead video that I just uploaded tonight is about. Voice volume. This is your voice to everyone else. I have this set to 60. It's not too high, it's not too low. They can hear me over the gunshots and the sound effects, but I'm still at a volume where others can talk with me or be like, hey, hold up, and I'm not hearing myself speak. You know what I mean? Proximity voice volume, I have this up to 100, just because when you're in those tanks, vehicles, etc., it is loud. The engines are loud. And that comes with the sound effects, I know, but believe me, you want this up to 100 so you can hear what's going on around you. I know I've used proximity chats so many times trying to warn squads of people or groups of people that there's enemies off to our right or to our left, and they just don't hear me and they end up dying, and that's just bad. Like I said, communication is key. Unit voice volume, have that set to 60. Now, this is personal preference, but I keep mine at 60 so I can still hear what is around me. Leadership voice volume, as you can probably tell from previous videos, as when I played squad lead, I need to turn this down because some of these commanders and some of these squad leaders, no offense to anyone, y'all talk too loud sometimes. It feels like you're swallowing your mic. So please, if you are quiet, raise your volume. If you are too loud, lower your volume when asked, of course. It does blow out people's eardrums, I'm sure, when someone's blasting music through the mic or stuff of this nature. Party voice volume, have that set to 50. Very rarely will I use this, unless if I'm chatting down with some Discord members. By the way, Banner Souls Discord link will be in the description of this video. Join up with us. We're a fun gaming community looking for new friends and people to hang out with. UI volume, I just keep this at default at 80. Not gonna need that too much. Ping volume, same thing. Microphone volume, this goes with your voice volume. I'm going to leave that at 50. I don't want to be too loud. I don't want to be too low. Gonna keep that there. Alright, and that is my options completed. In addition to that, I recommend trying out the practice range to get some practice using that study, and just get a handle for the game if you're new to it. It really helps out a lot. Also, if you play every role in practice, and just joining into practice gives you 2 achievements right there. Play every role in practice and start up a practice game, and there you go, 2 achievements right off the bat. Barracks, not really too much to see here. I have not played Commander yet. I do not know how. I am not prepared for that level of stress. My highest rank is in Rifleman. It's the most versatile role that I have, or in the game for that matter. Presets, I personally use the M1, the 29th Infantry Division M1 helmet for the netting. And also, if you run these scarves around your face and head, it keeps you more hidden. Camouflage is key. Keep that in mind. I can't tell you how many times I spotted an enemy from the side of their head being exposed like that. So the darker the clothing, the better off you are. I'm running this Airborne Pathfinder. You do have to get some of this in the DLC, but I don't know. I love running the camouflage. It helps me stay hidden, and I'm sure you all have noticed I love to hide in bushes. The bushes are safety, the bushes are life. I have flanked so many times off of enemies from being in a bush, sharpshooting, and they cannot figure out where I am. And it's kind of the same deal, really. For the rest of the classes, I'm running relatively the same uniform and everything. And this goes for all of the factions. Germans, I'm running basically the same uniforms. Stuff with camouflage, heavy camouflage, keeps you hidden. I'm more limited on the Russian side with what I can do as far as camo. Yeah, these are all that I have unlocked right now. Right here, these 3. But yeah, you know, I know some people have asked how I stay camouflage. Just passive viewers, and honestly, it's all about strategy. You know, use your head a little bit, and that's all the time I got. So, Tactical Bananas out. Talk to you next time. Also, post edit. If you all got any more tips or tricks, leave them down in the comments section. I'm curious. Let me know if there's some stuff that I missed, some stuff that I messed up, or just some of your own personal tips and tricks that you found to be helpful. So, please, any knowledge is much appreciated.